All right. Welcome back to another episode of Sunny Days at the Racetrack Hockey Show. I'm Mark, and
What's up,
who
guys?
are
I'm
you?
Anthony.
Who's this guy?
Who's this
fucking
guy?
Who's this
Yeah.
fucking guy?
Big stuff
All right.
today. Big stuff.
Oh my God, is it big? Oh my God. So, goodbye, Lane fucking Lambert.
Beautiful.
Jesus Christ, it's about time.
That's all the comments are about on everything. Twitter,
Oh,
Instagram, everything, man. It's all about Lambert.
It's about time that fucker was gone. Jesus. Way overdue. I mean, we were saying
especially since like December, man. It's been waiting for. It's time.
We've been saying he should have been shit canned a while ago. I mean, I mean, the fans were chanting it already at UBS. It didn't take long for that to happen. So,
no,
I mean, he hasn't done enough, and
especially after like the dumb shit he's doing with like the line changes and the scratches and.
Oh, yeah.
It's done. It's over.
It's definitely over. I mean, I did see it on Twitter. I forgot. I don't know who said it. I don't know if it was Dino Dangle. I forgot who said it. He was saying him and his buddy. I don't know. I don't know if he's seeing this fucking episode either, but somebody said it that
you want him.
It was going to be Chicago. Like, this road trip would be the determining factor, and if we lost in Chicago, that was going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. That would be it, and it ended up being that. I mean, this was probably his this road trip was his last chance. I mean, we lost all 4 games.
Do you know how many games? Do you know how many games we won this month?
How many? What's the
2?
what? 2? 2 this whole month already?
2.
That's higher than I thought.
2.
That's higher than I thought.
Fucking 2. And it's January 21st?
It is January 21st. January is almost over.
And it's
pretty fucking awful. It's pretty fucking awful.
It's bad, man. It's bad. Usually it's at the beginning of the season, not midway through. So I think we had like a good start, you know. Dude, things were not bad until like 3 weeks ago. Like we were still like chilling within like the 3-4 seed, like hanging out. And now it's just done.
I mean, the division was always tight, so that's why I feel like it didn't seem that bad.
But now everybody has games in hands against us, though. That's the problem.
Well, that's what I was trying to say to you before, like early on in the season, that there's problems in our game that just because we're winning games and it's still early enough in the season, it doesn't mean that by the time later on the season comes around, those things are going to change. Yeah, those problems still exist, and that's why we're at where we're at. That's why he's gone, because these issues cannot be fixed. At least not by him.
And you don't even know I don't even know what that guy's thinking, man. Like, and we went over this a lot last episode, but like just some of the the scratch of Gautier was, to me, that was it. And then throwing Wallstrom in, I was like, yo, this guy's nuts. Like,
let's throw Wallstrom in and give him 8 minutes. That'll fucking
on the first line.
Yeah, on the first line, we'll give him 8 minutes and we'll just double shift Barzell. So just don't even fucking play him then. You might as well not even fucking play him.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a mess.
No, it's good, man. And, you know, like it's nice because I think like also like I think a big part of the fan base like kind of like contributed to this. Like everybody wants this.
Everybody wants him gone.
Dude, like I said, the comments, like every win or lose, everything, dude. The comments are just flooded with like, put this guy in jail, dude.
I mean, even when we do win, I mean, it's like it's not good. Still the same. There's the same issues that you still see. Like
we're winning with like letting up 4 goals and we're winning in an overtime by 1. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I think we have like 2 blowouts. It's like you know what I mean? I think we had like the Arizona, not Phoenix, blowout, and then maybe like 1 other along the way. Like that's it.
Yeah,
you know, we're not winning by 2 goals, or every game's by 1 goal, or we're losing in overtime.
Oh yeah, and it's awful. I mean, even like I said, I was at the Toronto game. Even though we won that game, we still look like look like shit. We still look like shit. We still look like shit. And a win is a win. I get it, but it's like,
and that's a
there's
good
issues. There's issues with this team that need to change. Yeah, and I think that this was just his last chance.
That was it, man.
So, but yeah, so the big news, Patrick Roy. Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean,
this fucking guy is back.
I think Sorokin needs it too. I think having him with Sorokin, like especially Sorokin's on this fucking. I'm not even a roll. He's going straight down. Like everything's just not going his way, man. Between broken skates and just taking 40 shots a game.
Yeah, I mean it's too many shots coming at him. Our defense has given up way too many high scoring chances. That's even the bigger issue, is the fact that there's so many chances in the slot. Like that's where we're getting scored on. It's right down the middle. Like we can't stop those passes.
Well, that's what I said too. Because there's so much commotion in front of the net. Like you'll see, no one's pushed up ice. You know what I mean? Like you'll see like Mayfield and like Riley in front of the net, just like chilling. Like our own guys are our own guys are screening Soroka. You know what I mean? Like it's too much commotion up front, man, especially in front of the net. And like, dude, the puck's being played in front of him, like in the crease a lot. Listen, he's giving up easy goals too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I think he's also fatigued. I think what did he play 13 games in a row?
He's got.
And he had one break was when we went down 3-0 against
Minnesota,
and that's like, oh, we'll put Ken Appleby, who hasn't played in NHL in 6 years. Well,
yeah, I mean, they fucking
6 years, bro. I told you, like 6 fucking years. That guy hasn't.
He didn't look that great, but
like either. Yo, did you see his first save?
Oh,
he bobbled it, bro. And I'm like, yo, that's from like.
He's like, they shoot kind of hard. I know. Oh my god, yeah, our goaltending depth is much worse than I thought. I mean, unless we bring up a guy from
have Varley. Well, they'll do the other guy in Bridgeport,
Scarrick. I mean,
I don't know anything about him.
Do you bring him up? I mean,
because it was Appleby. Before Appleby, it was like Gibson. Like I don't really watch Bridgeport, so
yeah. I mean, Gibson's not on the team anymore.
No, not anymore. I mean,
now it's like some. I don't know how to pronounce the other guy's last name, but I think he's like 6'8". He's a big motherfucker. And then Scarrick.
Who's that good? I know we're not really talking about Bridgeport, but who's that like powered guy they have going on right now that they were talking about bringing up?
Ishkakov?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
He's on a tear right now. So I mean,
they bring up McLeon or whatever his name is.
We have McLean.
Yeah,
he's supposed to replace Zizekas. That's what they were saying. They were saying his game.
What he came in for. He touched ice list against Chicago. So
yeah, I mean, I think he was playing in front of his dad too, right? Is his dad part of the Chicago?
Yeah, I think that was his first time being brought up.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. I know it was his NHL debut, but
yeah.
So,
I don't know. Oh my god!
Roy takes them from a minor league team to at least a cellar dweller. This guy.
This thing. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that was nice. So
yeah, I mean, listen. There's a lot of issues with this fucking team.
Yeah, dude. I mean, even besides the depth, I mean, like it's new now. Everything's gonna be new. So, what's our next game tomorrow or Tuesday?
Our next game is tonight. Tonight against Dallas. So that was another thing I was going to mention. A little history thing. I mean, I saw it online and I was like confirming. I went to go look. So when Capuano was shit canned and they made Doug Waite the coach,
2016.
That was January 17th. I forgot what year. January 17th.
Okay, and then put Doug
Waite. We played the Dallas Stars, and it was a great game because you get a new coach no matter what team
you're fired up.
You get a new coach, you're fucking fired up because not only do you feel like you got to prove yourself, you're also
100%.
like, we lost this guy. Is it my fault or is it this guy's fault? I don't know what's going on through their minds. Yeah. So, but it always ends up being like next couple of games with the new coach. You're heated. Right now, new coach, January 21st, and a couple days after, from the 17th, and we're playing the Dallas Stars again.
Dallas is good though, man.
Dallas is good, but I'm saying,
we'll see
Dallas Stars that time to this time. So it's funny how history kind of like repeats.
Yeah, remember Jack Capiana? Oh my god,
his hairdo. Couldn't get over that fucking guy's hair. Jesus Christ,
dude,
always look like shit. He's another guy.
Always looks sharp, bro.
I love seeing the memes of saying to bring him back. He's our savior. Makes me laugh. He's another guy. He's a player. He was definitely a player's coach, but he was too soft. Way too soft on the fucking players. That's what we needed. We needed a new guy.
I don't think he didn't do much in the NHL either. Like, I think he went to school on the East Coast too. I think it's like Quinnipiac or some shit like that. I think him and his brother.
Oh, he went to school. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah. So Watt is a guy who has done tremendous things in the fucking NHL. I mean, the guy's a Hall of Famer. Guy's a legend. 4 Stanley Cups, 2 with Montreal, 2 with Colorado. I think 3 Vezinas, 3 Conn Smythes.
He's big for Sorokin, man. It's big.
Yeah, and you know what? He knows Varley well because Varley was with him. I think Varley won that Vezina his first year as coach. So he knows Varley well. He knows.
We got guys. We already got guys chatting already.
We got guys. No, we got one comment before. Missing Strutz. Yes, Mike.
Yeah, 100%.
We missed Strutz. I miss that angry, bald motherfucker every day. I do. It pains me to see
when we
him
played Nashville,
in Nashville.
I was like, oh.
It does. But for him,
whatever reason,
great opportunity. Man. I want that short guy. That
dude, when he said
gritty motherfucker to be happy, I really do.
He said we would at least if we got past Tampa. He was like, oh, we would have squeezed a cup or 2 out. I was like, oh, like that just hurts, man. You know what I mean? And what do we have? It wasn't even a bad season. We missed the playoffs. Like whatever. Get fired over that.
It had to be
Whatever.
something more.
I think it was.
It wasn't because he missed. I think
Mhm.
it was because either something happened between him and Lou. That's what I believe.
I get
Or
into that.
or a personal issue, because that's what
I
he
think,
made it seem like he wasn't going to be a coach ever again, because I think it's like too much of a commitment to be every day with the players, to travel, all the shit. I think that's why he was looking for a head office job. That's why he took his time. People were definitely trying to get him to be a coach, and that's why he didn't go anywhere.
He didn't budge anybody else. Yeah, there's nothing.
He didn't. So that's why we were like, is it him and Lou, or is it really personal? So
those are good years, man.
You know, that's saying so.
21, 18 to 22. Those are. I miss those seasons a little bit. Hopefully, it comes back. Hopefully, like this turns around. Even last season wasn't bad though.
I mean, yeah, but like I said, there's underlying issues with this team defensively, mainly. That like you look at this team on paper, we've only made good additions to the team that's going to make it a better team when you look at it.
Yeah, I think so.
And we've just been playing worse. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? It's got to be.
That's when it comes into. I mean, whatever topic we're going to do next, man. But I mean, like, that's when it comes into the right pairings defensively, which we talked about.
Yeah,
and what Lambert was doing, man, just didn't make.
It didn't make any fucking sense. Man. It made no sense.
No sense.
Yeah,
like splitting up Holstrom and what's it called, Holstrom and Gautier or Engvall, and putting like Engvall and Fashion together, like just something just got to leave alone. Like obviously, like Nelson and Engvall work good together. Just leave them like that. You know what I mean? Like use Fashion as like a healthy scratch.
Yeah,
like putting Bolduc in with Mayfield, like that was a terrible move.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, Wah,
was good, man.
After he retired and everything, he went to the Quebec Ramparts, and he came in and he became vice president, like a general manager, and I think he was I don't know if he became an owner too and a coach. He was fucking like, he's micromanagement times 1,000. Like he was fucking. He was he wanted to be involved in everything. You know what I mean?
What league is that?
It's the QMJHL.
Oh, so Quebec Hockey League?
Yeah, Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League.
Yeah, all right.
So it's like, that's where a lot of the draft picks come from.
Like sort of the OHL, the WHL, like those.
Yeah, it's all part of the CHL, the Canadian Hockey League. Gotcha. So he took over that team his first year, won the Memorial Cup. And team played really well. It did great as a coach. And then he continued to be a coach for that team and had some off years, some good years. And he got the opportunity to play with, to become an NHL coach with Colorado in 2013. And he won the Jack Adams. I mean, he drafted young Nathan McKinnon. He had young Gabriel Landeskog in there. Yeah, he's right now. He had Eric Johnson too. He was another fucking guy he's kind of, I don't actually know what team he's on right now, but at the time, the guy was a fucking monster. So he took that team, and they were a young, hungry team, and he brought them to the playoffs. They didn't make it out of the first round, but they played great. I think they won 52 games. It was real good for that team. And for him being a first-time coach, it was a huge deal. Obviously, the subsequent
Buffalo Sabres.
Huh?
Buffalo Sabres, Eric Johnson.
He's on Sabres now. I don't even know if he's he's probably not even in the top pairing anymore. I think he's probably a bottom pair at this point. But this happens with age and stuff. But so I mean, the subsequent seasons, they were not as good. He missed the playoffs. People talking about McKinnon being a bust. My God, those people then looking at him now are like eating their fucking words.
I think he put 2 up against us when we played him.
The guy is a fucking beast. He is a beast. He works hard. The guy's a big motherfucker too. So it's like he's big and fast. Like he's not someone that you're going to take the puck from easy. But Wad did what he could with that team. He did a lot to build that team. Yeah. But when he took over that team too, he not only became a coach, but he was also vice president, I think, of hockey operations. So it was another thing. Like he went from kind of having too much control. It's like
you can't pull that shit off in NHL.
You can't be both. I feel like you can't. I mean, he did it with the Ramparts. Maybe you can.
He's also a junior team too. But
but I mean, I don't know. So, and I know that the controversy with that, with like the way he left the team at that point, was more like He left a month before training camp. He resigned, said that, the direction the organization was going was not where he wanted to go, is not his vision.
Even though he
And that's why, even though he controls it, but it's like, it was weird because Joe Sakic is the fucking general manager, but he's not, like, he's kind of holding the title of that position. And then, like, he's giving him more responsibility, I think, as things go on. Whatever it was. I don't know if, like, upper ownership stepped in and was like, listen, like, this is not how it's going to work. Like, you can't do everything. Who knows what it was? But he's the kind of guy that, I mean, even as a goalie, if it was his way or no way, I mean, he's a fiery motherfucker. Didn't have a problem taking his gloves off, getting what he wants.
I watched one video of him today. He skated up mid-ice and took a shot on goal. I don't know. I think it was against Pittsburgh.
The guy did not give a fuck. He was a fiery player, and that continued to him being a coach. I mean, I don't know. Everybody I feel like has seen this video, but like when he was his first game going against the Anaheim Ducks, it was like a knee-to-knee scenario at the end of that game, and they blew out the Ducks 6-1.
Okay.
And Bruce Boudreau is in the bench for the Ducks at the time.
Oh wow!
And they start chirping, and he goes in the goddamn divider between the two benches, and he's pushing that thing down all the way on their fucking their bench.
That, bro, you can have
he didn't give a shit. He was fucking amped up. But it's like you take it like that's good, but then at the same time, it's like, is he going to be too much one way? Because that's kind of what happened when he was a coach for Colorado. He left in such a way that left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And he did say it in recent interviews, like he thought that he was going to get more phone calls, and he didn't. And that's why he went back to the Ramparts, because at that point, right, you win the Jack Adams Award, okay, in your first fucking season. You're a fucking stud, right? Everyone's going to be like, wow, this guy, he can do it all. He can do it all. That's what they're thinking. I mean, a fucking Stanley Cup winner. He's a winner. He knows how to win. So they're thinking, impressed. But then he kind of bullshit like that season, and then he kind of pulls out when things aren't going his way. That's what people were thinking.
Yeah.
So that left a bad taste in everybody's mouth, and I feel like, I always believe that people don't change inherently. I'm hoping that he was humbled at that point, and I think he had to have been for him to go back to the Ramparts to be he wasn't like, oh, I'm too good to play for this team now. Like I went to the NHL level. He went back to junior hockey, and sometimes that's the best thing to do, is just kind of go back to that point, reevaluate, and like just work with the players and understand, like, what, I'm not above anybody when it comes to this game.
There's plenty of great coaches, man, in the NHL. Yeah, Trotz, obviously, Tortorella. Yeah, there's still studs, like, you know what I mean? A lot of proving ground. But I'm stoked to have him. It's an upgrade. It's a fucking upgrade from what we just had. So
yeah. But I mean, the question is now, it's like Lou made the right decision firing Lambert. Of course.
Yeah.
Did the right decision getting Wah. To me, in my mind, the way I see it is this is a Hail Mary for this guy. I mean,
he's on the hot seat. Lou's on the hot seat.
He's gotta be. I mean,
he's been GM. He's been GM for what?
He was GM, went to Veris. So that was 2018?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was GM.
You're going to your third head coach already. But don't get me wrong, though. Like, we had some good seasons. Like, we had the back-to-back, the Eastern Conference Final, all that good. But, like, Trotz is gone. Yeah, I mean, Lambert, I don't know.
You have Lambert, who is just there. You're hoping that he can do the same because he's been behind Trotz the whole time. But there's a difference between...
That's what always confused me, man. You had, that's like one of his guys, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I don't understand like what he was doing. You would think like Lambert. I know we're getting off topic with this, but he just bothers me so much because he's just like ruined this fucking season. But like,
yeah, I mean,
you would think you would have learned a thing or two from a man. Like,
sometimes it's not enough. You know what I mean? To just be behind and watching, like you got to do. So that was the difference between him being on the bench with the rest of the coaching staff and then being the head.
So I think like it's the right decision right now. Right now, I think it's the right decision. We needed a new head coach first and foremost. We got that check mark. Obviously, primary goalie. He was a goalie, stud goalie, Vezina, the whole nine, Stanley Cup. Sorokin's like he's not the face of it, but he's definitely the backbone of the team, right? I always say now the face of the team.
He's definitely the backbone.
Yeah, he's like Bo or Barzy. Like, those are like your two head. Those are your two guys. I mean, Lee too, but Sorokin's the backbone. He's playing every fucking game. He's always on ice. He's taking the blunt of the shit.
He's seen more pucks than anybody in the league right now. So
and it comes back to him because when you're losing every game, it's like, people start questioning naturally. is Sorokin our guy? So I feel like right now, like this is a good pickup. But for how long, over the longevity of how Watt's going to be here, I don't know. I mean, like right now we're averaging 2 years a coach. So
yeah, I mean,
since Lou's been taking in the reins of this,
yeah,
I think Lou's under the hot seat, man, and he knows it. He
yeah,
100% knows it.
yeah. He's. I think that's what it is. I think
And this isn't a team that should be missing playoffs.
No, it shouldn't.
No,
It shouldn't be.
You have Bo, right? That was our huge signing last year.
Yeah,
Barzell, Sorokin.
and then you have Dobson coming to his own. Robinov coming. We have a bona fide top pair that would be a top pair anywhere else too. I mean,
you can't forget Pellick,
Cal McCarr, but you know what I'm saying. Like he's a top guy. Dobson's going to be a top guy in pretty much most teams.
And you can't forget Pellick either. That's another guy. It's like these guys are studs, man. So there's no reason why we should even be like struggling like this. And it's not even like we're losing a game or two. We're losing every fucking game. Like we're losing every single game right now.
And it's the things that the Islanders have always been good at that we're no longer.
We're not gritty. We're not gritty. That game we played against the Blackhawks, we're getting bodied by these kids. We're just the whole game is just watching it in our own zone. It was watching the Islanders play like allegedly defense for 60 minutes.
The problem is we're giving up too many high scoring chances, and that game too.
That's true.
It's the same thing. It's like we can't leave the slot open as much as we do now. And when we're keeping guys to the boards, they're still able to cycle on us all day long. Like this is shit that like we used to do at least, and now it's like we're getting stopped at the blue line. Yeah. We can't even fucking keep any offensive.
I don't know if you remember, like it's not even that long ago. I remember like we would score a goal, send the fourth line out, and just rag on them, right? Just rag on them.
Every time we scored.
Every time we scored a goal, we throw that fourth line out, and everybody just getting bodied. But then when we let up a goal, throw the fourth line out again. Yeah. And you don't see that, man. It's just like
the fourth line is not the same either. They're never going to be. I don't think we're ever going to get that back.
Right now, the fourth line is Matt Martin, Cal Clutterbuck, and Cizikas. Like that's your fourth right now.
Yeah, that's our fourth. With Cizikas being out, it's McLean. Unless they decide to switch it up and put Fashing on the wing and then make Clutterbuck a
If you think about it, the fourth line hasn't changed much in 10 years.
It hasn't, but it needs to evolve. We need to make a decision there.
Yeah. That's why I kind of brought that up right there. It's been the same for like, I think we got Cal in 2015.
I think earlier. Did we trade for Nino? We trade Nino Ryder in 2015 because that's when that trade happened. Well, that's how we got Cal. We traded Nino
2014.
Here we go. I'm being rude, everybody. I'm going on and looking up a fucking date. I'm sorry.
When did we acquire Cal?
I did not like Nino Ryder. He was so full of himself.
Yeah. He was on with us for a stint.
Yeah, he went to the AHL because of the lockout. 2013. Traded for Cal Clutterbuck. Yeah, so that's what I figured. Yeah. So 2013, that's when we got Cal. But yeah, I mean
10 years.
Going back to Lou, I mean, this, like I said, this is a Hail Mary kind of thing. It's either going to make or break. I mean, he's just trying to save this season. Whether Wah sticks around and becomes our coach for the long term, that's up to I don't know. I guess that's up to Lou, or that's up to Wah too if he wants to fucking stay. I don't know what his contract is. I have no idea how long he's set in to be the coach.
No idea. No idea.
But this is a move that's either going to bust or going to be great. But regardless, it's better than Lambert. We needed some sort of fire for this team.
It would have really disappointed me sticking out the whole season with Lambert.
It would have been horrible.
It's very it's salvageable.
Yeah,
it's very much there. Things could change. We have a home stretch coming up.
Yeah,
things can change. Like just
and what
it kept too long, man. It was kept way too fucking long.
And with Wah too. I mean, him being back with the Ramparts. I mean, last season he won the league. For the QMJHL, and he also won the Memorial Cup as well. So he had the best season he's ever had with that fucking team.
Okay.
Coming off a high, and then he resigns. So that was a whole big thing that people were wondering, like, why did he resign?
He was talking to Lou the whole time?
I think he was talking to Lou because at this point, he doesn't want to look like a dick either. Because you get to a point, say you're doing the same thing. I mean, you're with the Ramparts now. You're in the middle of the season. Lou calls you up, and now you're like, all right, well, I gotta go, and he just fucking leaves. You could do that, but you really shouldn't. So him just not being a coach for right now and not being involved with the team meant that he was on call waiting, and he didn't want to do the wrong thing by the Ramparts because he's been with them for so long. He doesn't want to screw them in that manner. You might as well be like, all right, I'm not going to play this season. He's leaving his options open. Obviously, there was no official word about that because Lou is very secretive, as he always is. In my mind, the fact that he said, like, oh, I miss playing golf, he wasn't coaching. So him just sitting around not doing anything, I think it's because he was waiting for Lou to be like, listen, now's the time. Lambert has his last chance with this road trip. I think they've been talking for a while because you know how Lou is. Every time he signs somebody, Pajot, he gets, Horvat. We're worried, like, is he going to sign? That's what I'm saying. We're worried, like, are we going to get them long term? Yeah, that's set in stone beforehand. That's what I feel like he does. That's why he takes so long with his fucking
question.
moves.
Then, do you think Lou was talking to Wah before the season started?
I think he reached out. He had to have. Maybe
because I don't think many NHL coaches or whatever GMs are probably reaching out to this dude before the season.
Definitely not. I think he got in early. I think he saw how well he did.
Yeah.
And I think he sees the difference in personalities between the two coaches. And I think he's realizing that this is the kind of...
This is night and day, man. This is night and day. I mean... There's one guy who chews a pen the whole time. There's another guy's in your fucking face. This is night and day in coaching.
I mean, he's like the French fucking Tortorella. That's what he is. The French-Canadian Tortorella. Yeah. So
I hate Tortorella when he was with the Rangers, man. He's such a dick, dude.
He's a dick.
Because they have Tortorella. We have Jack Capuano. I'm like, yo.
He's still a dick. He's still a dick. But
bro.
Look what he's doing with Philly. Look what he's doing with that team. They're a young, 100%. Hungry fucking team. They're going to be fucking real good. Real good. And Samuel Harrison, their fucking backup goalie, he's playing better than Hart right now. So he's in a really
Hart
good
was like
spot.
the face of that team like 3 years ago. Everybody was talking about Hart.
Carter Hart. Yeah, Carter Hart.
Yeah, that's all we heard about was Carter Hart, man.
So, I mean, he's a dick, but he's a coach. He's a real good coach. So,
as long as they can win, man, that's all that matters.
I'm hoping Wah can do the same. I'm hoping Wah can.
And I'm also getting tired of like just like waiting until March or April to know if we're gonna make the playoffs. Like I just, you want to have that feeling. All right, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We got to be in a spot where we're good.
Yeah.
And I think Wah is going to do that. I mean, he did come and say that this team is going to be pushing for playoffs. We're in a playoff position. You got to push. Now, whether you make it or not, that's always to be seen.
We're not even that far out. We're like
we're not. We're really not.
Oh my God. So that's what sucks. That's what sucks. And like I think we're 19 and 15. So you think about all right, above 500, but then when you look at the OTLs, it's like 12.
Yeah.
Like that's like the thing that's like, dude, you're losing 12 games in overtime. Like you take half of those, that's 6 points, bro. That bumps you up to like fourth.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, this is a time where something like this needs to happen. I mean, I'm glad we didn't wait any longer to fucking do this.
100%.
We're still on the race.
It was definitely due.
It was definitely due. We're still in the race. So
100% on the racetrack, baby. That's
it. But now
Belmont have a shot.
They do. Yeah, they do. So Roy's top priority right now. What do you think he needs to focus on the most? Because he already kind of mentioned it today. Also, he made it pretty obvious that it's like defense. But what do you think?
I think lines. Find stability in your lines. You have your 4 lines. You have your squad. If you want to tweak some things, tweak some things. But I think the lines. First line, I'm going Barzy, Lee, Bo. That's my first line. Second line, I'll do Palmieri, Nelson, Engvall. I like Nelson and Engvall together. Leave those 2 guys. Now, your third line, what do you think your third line should be? Like, what would you want? I would put Gauthier and Holmstrom.
That's what it would be.
That's what I would do.
The only way I see it changing is him potentially putting Holmstrom on the first line with Barzy and Horvat. That's the only thing I see it changing.
And then put in Lee in the third?
Either put Lee on the third, or you completely change the second and third. You can't. I mean, you fucking can.
You can.
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. I don't care if he gives the seat to Horvat.
Because you could scratch him and then throw Fashing in. You know what I mean? Like you could put.
You could put the young guy in.
Yeah.
You can put Fashing on.
And then
the third
and then
line.
Your fourth line.
The fourth line remains the same given Cizikas is healthy, but besides that, it's going to be
defensive pairings then. Because I know like that's his main thing he's going to say. He says defense.
He's got to fix the.
So what would you want? I mean, obviously you want Dobson and Romanov. Boom, that's
the only line that's the only pairing that doesn't change. To me, your number 2 pairing is Pelech and Riley.
So now okay, yeah, that's what I was.
That's what I believe.
Okay.
Aho, at least in the last 3 games, Aho and Mayfield look like shit. They look fucking awful. The whole defense as a whole hasn't been looking good, but they specifically look like shit. They got to stop these fucking cross-ice passes. They're not going anywhere, especially if you're trying to get out of our zone.
out still, and
Parduzzo's out, and he's old. And listen, it's like I said, a lot of it is coaching. So hopefully, I mean, we saw some of what he was doing during training camp. We didn't get to see a lot of the breakout from defensively. We saw a lot of it looks like he's trying to prevent the cycle, at least in the corners, which I like.
Yeah, because they're not playing Barzell fucking 30 minutes and he's playing too long. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying prevent the other team's cycle. That's what it looked like in that second video that that was on there of him, running with the team on the ice. But I think having Riley on that second line, I think he's earned that spot. I think he plays better with Pelech than Mayfield does.
I think anybody plays with Pelech, yeah.
Yeah, and at least until Pelech comes back. But Mayfield and Aho have looked like shit, and I think they're going to be on notice too. Specifically,
Mayfield's on notice.
They're making a lot of dumb decisions, and they have to simplify their game and make those short, chippy passes you're trying to get out of the zone.
And Mayfield's going to feel the heat, bro. He's going to feel it, man.
They're going to feel it. I mean, I don't know what the fuck they think they're doing. I mean, you're not fucking Kelm.
That's why I kind of like having.
You got to play like you're.
That's why I kind of like when Riley went with Mayfield, because I was like, all right, like Riley's fast. He's experienced. He's seasoned. He's not an asshole idiot like this, like Mayfield. And I love Mayfield. Mayfield's great, bro. He came from our farm system, but dude, this season he's fucking up, man. Turnovers, like just dumb things he's making, man. His passes are shit. So we'll see what happens. I kind of like that pairing better than Mayfield and Bolduc. So, but
I mean, you leave Aho in.
Aho's all right. I mean, he's struggling a little bit, but like
you leave him. But I think they're better than Bolduc, obviously. But they need to get their shit together, and if that's resulting in their minutes being cut, you cut their minutes. Whatever
they're cutting that pairing a lot.
They have to do what they have to do.
Yeah, so you could put Riley with Pelech. You could have Dobson with Romanov, and you have to leave those guys on the ice for a while.
That's what you have to do.
And then
that's what you have to do to send a message. I mean, you don't want to tire out the defense either, so they're going to have to go in at certain points. But like, for all the big moments in the game, those guys are on the fucking bench. If I'm Wah, those guys.
And a lot of the big moments come after we score. Like, if you notice that, a lot of times after we score, after a power play or towards the end of a power play, a lot of the times the other team scores right after the power play ends.
Yeah,
like I've noticed that a lot now. I pay attention to that. We literally kill a power play within 20 seconds. It looks like they have it again. They score. It's like the team blows their load. Like, yeah, we did it. We killed a penalty. Our fucking penalty kill sucks. And then they're like, oh, we just get scored. Yeah, at least it's not a fucking power play goal. It's like, no, there's no positive to fucking losing. There's not. I don't care how the fuck we get scored on. We got to just stop it all together. And I think the problem is the blue line. Okay, we have to stop these fucking zone entries because they're happening way too easily. Like I said, in this league, you cannot give time and space away for free. And I think Watt knows that, and he's probably been watching this team play. I mean, if he's been talking to Lou for a while, I'm sure he's been talking to Lou. 100%. That's what I'm saying. I think he's been, so he definitely knows what the issue is with his team, and he's going to come in there and like, this is priority one is defense. And he did say defense wins championships. I believe that too. We've been saying that for a long time. People prove that. This is a league that's evolving. So the difference is hockey defense can win championship. In hockey, you can.
Exactly. But now you got speed on these defense. You know what I mean? They're not just big dudes. They're going to keep you along the boards and fuck you up. Like that was Boston. That's how they did things. That was LA. Those big, strong defenders. Yeah. Now defenders are fucking fast. They can score. They get
like Riley.
Play.
Like Riley. Riley's one of those
things
guys.
Change.
Dobson.
Yeah. And
Dobson shoots the puck. Dobson scores for the love of God.
Exactly. And we're not that big of a fucking team physically with our guys. We have to play to our strengths. With our strengths is snuffing it out early, getting our cycle going, smothering them, and then waiting for the chances to come.
First period goals is what we need. Like, it sucks going into the second or third. Like, through the third period, it's like, all right, now we got it. Right, we're down by 2. So now you have no margin for error, and you got to score 2 goals just to tie it.
Yeah, that's what happened with fucking Chicago, and then you still lose. You still lose.
Oh my God, it's fucking Chicago.
It's Chicago. This is a team that's rebuilding. These are teams you cannot lose against. You know what I mean? If you're a playoff team, you have to beat these rebuilding teams. And listen, the sun can shine on a dog's ass at any point in time. You know what I mean? So I mean, I know Pasquarella said that saying to me one time, and it's stuck in my brain.
So shout out to the Lions right now.
Shout out to the Lions. Let's go.
To the Lions. Let's see what that scores. He's one or two things are happening at the Pasquarella house right now.
Oh man, is it?
All right, 10-3 Lions. Yeah, man.
There you go. There we go. But no, I mean this team needs a fire lit under its ass, and I think Wah is that fire.
Yeah, and he's not going to be. He's going to be a fucking full steam train, man.
Yeah,
and you've seen that today at practice. Like you're just playing the clips. Like he is on it.
Yeah, he's on it. I also do like the fact that how he did things. Him saying that he changed and he learned from what happened with Colorado and everything and how he left. He didn't come in this team and start asking for management roles because he was interviewed about that and he said, "I have zero interest in management." I told Lou that. Now, that I believe 100% because Lou is another guy that likes to be micromanaging his fucking team. There is no way in the holy mother of fuck he's going to let some guy come in, whether it's a Stanley Cup champion, a fucking renowned coach. He is never going to be like, "Oh yeah, come and share some responsibility." Fuck no. We can't even keep a goddamn beard and long hair. That's how fucking micromanaging this fucking guy is. There's no way he's going to let Wah do anything remotely to, take away some of his power. I mean, he needs to be in that, that's how Lou is. So I'm not really worried about too much beefing between the two of them. I'm hoping that they're going to gel well together. And I think the big thing for Wah is just to keep it simple and focus on coaching, focus on the team. And that's it, because this team needs somebody to be on them all the time, up their ass. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is. You're winning, but you win like shit, on them. You fucking lose and you lose like shit, on them. Doesn't matter. Yep. Like you can't just not everything is always a positive. I mean, I'm tired of hearing, "Oh, we did this well. I feel like we were battled well and all this fucking." Like, no,
we had a really good game until we lost by 4 goals.
Like, no, like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta fucking hold your team accountable. And at this point now, right? We've been talking about it. Is it a personnel issue or is it a coaching issue? Definitely, in my mind, it's been a coaching issue. But him coming in now, now it's like, okay, now prove it to me that it's just been the coach and not you guys. That's what Lou is doing with Wah coming in like this. And that's what Wah is going to ask him for the rest of the team. Like you said to me earlier, the fucking the country club guys, they're all on notice now.
All on notice.
You got to play. You got to fucking
learn. That comes from
I don't care how long you've been here. Yeah. You're fucking, there's no tenure. You're not a teacher. Get your ass moving. Let's go. Like, that's what's going to fucking happen. So that's what I'm seeing with this scenario. I think Wah is going to.
Dude, one of my boys is texting me now for tickets tonight, man. I was like, a little more notice, man.
Lou is a creepy grandpa. Oh man, I'm not gonna comment on that because I don't want to get in trouble with something else that I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna leave it at that. He is old. What is he, 81 or something? He's old.
He's up there, yeah, man.
The beard thing is annoying. I get it, but it's like, whatever. But so what do you think he's going to do? Obviously, we talked about our ideal lineup. Do you think he's going to? I don't think you separate Horvat and Barzal. I think that's the dumbest thing you could possibly fucking do. No, their chemistry is through the roof. You got to leave them together.
Like I said before, I think, like I said, all the shit that happened so far this season between the line changes, putting Wallstrom there, scratching Gauthier after like a 2 or 3 goal game. That's all. Like that makes no so. If you're an Islanders fan, like Gauthier had like a 2 or 3 goal game against like the Coyotes, and the next day he was scratched, and then Wallstrom was put in, but they even played the same line, and they went up to the first line, but they didn't even play in the first line. So I think all that stuff was all Lambert. I don't think.
It's all Lambert. It's
all Lambert.
Like Gauthier's not like, "Sir, I'd like to sit."
No, not even that. But it's somebody else. It's not the other training staff.
No, it's not.
I mean, I think Wah's gonna do is just, I think he's gonna keep Bo and Barzy together, Dobson and Romanov together. I would hope that he would keep Engvall and Nelson. I don't know if he will, and I think Pajot on that third line could be with anybody. I like him and Holmstrom though. Him and Holmstrom are really good, and Holmstrom's coming out too. Like he's starting to play, and I said that last episode too. Like he's putting shots on goal. He's fast too. I like him, man. Definitely developing, and he's good. And like and having him with Pajot, and Pajot's a gritty man.
Pajot can play anywhere.
Anywhere. You know, he could take face-offs. He rides the boards. He's all with it. He's all over that ice, man.
That's why you see him on the penalty kill and the power play, and you see that now with Holstrom too.
And he scores, and he kills that, and he does a penalty. Yo, he's
got hands. Pageau's got hands, and so
I like having Holstrom because Holstrom's young.
Holstrom's very young.
Or third season, I think, with us,
and he's playing with a guy who can be anywhere, and you need spark plugs like that, man. Like someone goes down, you put him wherever he has to go, and he's gonna fucking play.
Gautier too. Gautier, I mean, Gautier is not really as young. Gautier put a few to the Rangers. I think he was drafted by the Hurricanes. Has more time on, but and Pageau. Remember, Pageau was Ottawa's guy.
Yeah,
he's one of Ottawa's guys. Yeah,
he was their captain, their number one guy. So that was another thing that I was.
I like having.
He wasn't the second line when he came on. He went right to the third line. I'm like, he should be on the second. He should be on the second line. I was ready to put him on the first line because our
second line's not
Barzal couldn't play center. Good. I was like, Jesus Christ, I was so ready for that too. No, I mean Holstrom.
I like having those guys with Page. I mean, that's good. Well, I mean, what do you want? I mean, what would you want the lines to be?
If Engvall's healthy, right?
Yeah.
At this point, Engvall's real good, and Lee has been playing better. To me, if I'm like, okay, you're the captain. Prove to me why you're the top line. Give him a couple games. Cool. He doesn't prove it, then that's a different story to bring up. But right now, I think going into this game, you keep the top line the same.
So you're saying
Horvat.
Okay.
Horvat. I don't know if Engvall is playing tonight. If he does, then I think you keep him on that line. If he doesn't,
Fasching.
If Fasching can play there, but do we like Fasching on the second line?
What would you want? You want Gautier in the second? Who do you want in the second?
No, I want Gautier with Pageau, regardless.
That's what I.
What I like about Holstrom. What I like about Holstrom was what I was saying before with Pageau. You can put them anywhere. Like if you put Pageau between Palmieri and Nelson or Palmieri and Engvall, I think they still play well because Pageau can be put anywhere. I think you can do the same with Holstrom. Holstrom, you can put him on the first line. You can put him on the second line. He wastes his talent on the fourth line with whoever he's playing with. But I think there's enough talent on all three lines.
That fourth line's a country club.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So our three top lines, you can put Holstrom anywhere, and I think he thrives. So I could see him going to the second line, possibly the first line, right? If Engvall doesn't play, and you put Lee on the second line.
Yeah,
I could see that happening.
You're still down a guy then, because who goes to the first line?
So then what I'm saying is if you don't have Engvall, right?
Yeah.
If he wants to play around and put Holstrom with Barzy and Horvat,
okay,
you put Lee on the second line. Yeah. Lee on the second line with Nelson and Palmieri. Yeah, okay? That's a big, strong fucking line. Then you have Fasching on a line with Pageau and Gautier, and then you have Martin, McLean, and Clutterbuck. That's how I see if Engvall's not in. I would love Engvall to be in because then it simplifies the fucking problem. Then we just have to figure out if Fasching's going to play.
That third line's going to be like rough then because like they don't. That's a rough third line.
It's a rough third line, but Holstrom gets more minutes, and Holstrom now you get a different look at where he can be.
And I'm not saying it's rough because it's bad. It's just they don't have any chemistry together, really.
Well, Pageau and Gautier do.
When Gautier plays, because you might.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
Wallstrom might come in. So
I don't want to see Wallstrom anywhere near this fucking team. He can ride the bench forever. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. He's young. I don't want to see it. The guy's not doing shit. So unless Waugh can come in and fucking change this man, I don't see it happening. He'll probably give him some chances just to see because he's going to be like,
100%, man. 100%.
I mean, he's going to be like, listen, you got to prove to me.
You got like 40 games left.
It's like you've only played 22 games this season. Show me why you deserve to play more. This might be that for a couple weeks to him be like, I need to see where
he played 22 games this season. I think he missed 22.
No, I think he played 22 games.
Oh fuck! All right, yeah. I mean, dude, that's not bad then. That's not bad.
But that's how little he fucking is noticed because he's played 22 games. Let me see. I'm gonna confirm. I'm doing it again, people. I'm fucking rude as shit. I'm a rude piece of shit. All right, let me see here. Let me see. 22 games. 22 games. Average ice time is 11 minutes. 11 minutes with 2 goals and 3 assists. -8 plus minus. Oh my god. Yeah. 22 games and only 31 shots. Nope.
Oh man.
Nope.
I'm looking
up. Not enough. It's not enough. Did they say what the lines are going to be?
That's what I'm looking
look
for.
now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. I'm very curious because this might be the show me what you got game.
I think
and it's going to be. I think it's going to be like that for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
So, let
me see.
But defensively, I think with what we have, it's still got to be what I was saying. Dobson, Romanov, Pellick, Riley.
All right, so this is allegedly what they have right now. I don't know if it's set in stone yet. They have Lee, Bo, Barzy.
So okay, which we figured.
Yeah,
we're figured.
Second, all right. So second line is going to be Fashing, Nelson, and Palmieri. Third line is going to be Hossein, Holstrom, Gauthier, and then Pags.
Okay.
And then Martin McLean and Clutterbuck.
Yeah. So that's what I figured was going to happen.
And you're not going to like this one, though. You're not going to like this one. Romanov, Dobson, solid. Pellick with Aho. Bolduc with Mayfield.
Oh.
So it looks like the first two pairs are going to be working, and then the other two are just going to be. I don't know, man. Hold on to your seats, though. It's going to be rough. Literally what we've been contesting the whole season.
Unless his game is changing.
Who?
I'm saying, Roy, the way he wants his game to change, maybe he wants to be more aggressive, more physical. Maybe
he's doing fast pairings. He could be doing fast pairings.
But I'm saying Riley might be Riley is the smallest of the group physically. Maybe he's just thinking that he's not going to fit as well with whatever he's trying to make the new strategy and new game plan for this team. I don't know. I think having Riley in there is a must.
Yeah,
I like him there. But like we said, he may have just said, "Listen, you're going to sit because I need to see if this kid has what it takes."
Legit, okay.
If not, you're in. That's what I'm thinking. So Bolduc might be like, Fuck. I got to show that I can fucking play.
And I got to play hockey tonight.
Aho's like, fuck, you're putting me with Pellick. You're giving me more minutes? Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, but Aho's got it, man. Aho's got it. You know what I mean? He's good, dude. He just needs to get off his whatever's in his head. But then you get to think about it, too. It's also a mind fuck. When you're letting up 4 or 5 goals every game for a whole month, like, it's in your head. You know what I mean? You're not, like, these guys aren't going to the locker room, and Barzal's not shaking their hands. He's probably like, yo, Dick, can you just, like, stop a couple? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. You know what I mean? When it's every day, I mean, every game, 3 games a week, 21 games in a month, like, and this is what's going on so far. It's not for, they're putting up 4 goals a game and you're losing still. Like, shit like that. They gave up 7 to, like, Minnesota, I think. Or 5. 7 to Pittsburgh.
5-0. 7 to Pittsburgh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean this is a team that needs a fire, and Roy is that fire. I'm fine seeing what he's going to do with this team. Like I said, it might not be the lines that we're expecting, especially the pairings. I know Sorokin is definitely confirmed to play. That's an obvious.
Yeah, he's in.
When the fuck do you throw in Appleby at this point? He should have played against Chicago. I would have thought.
But
he should have played more to the back-to-backs too. But I guess he did. He played in the third period of Minnesota.
The second, I think he went in.
No, he went in the third.
Listen,
they spared Sorokin the third.
Every game right now is a must-win, bro. So they're putting Sorokin's gonna be in net until April. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So at least until Varley comes back. But yeah, I mean, let's see what happens. They're gonna come out hard this game because they have.
Definitely gonna be a fun game to watch. Definitely a must-watch game.
Oh yeah,
definitely a must-watch game.
So we'll see what happens. But I think this is only a good thing for the Islanders. We don't know what long-term kind of plan that they're going to have for this. Playing devil's advocate at this point, this team doesn't make the playoffs, right? Say they don't make the fucking playoffs, and the core is aging, right? Core is aging.
Fourth line.
Does Wah stick around and rebuild this fucking team again?
It's not much of a rebuild when the first few lines are good. The first 3
lines are good, but like the core is aging, brother.
That's all right. Get rid of Martin. Get rid of Cal.
That's not enough. Think about it. What are we going to get rid of them for? Besides just dumping them for nothing. What do we get rid of them for?
You have to dump them or just do trades. That's what's going to be. Trade them for rocks.
I'm saying it's going to be more difficult than what it is. I mean, if it was that easy, shit like this would have been done So I feel like this is a season where if we don't go far and make small tweaks going into the next season and put ourselves in a position to do it again, we're looking at a potential short rebuild. I think so. Because
I see after this season, I mean, like I said, it's only January. After this season, I see Bolduc gone. I see Mayfield gone after this season. I see Mayfield being traded this season or after this season, 100%.
Yeah, his contract's a little, I don't know, but I'm sure somebody will take him. He's definitely a bottom pair guy, and he'll be somewhere. But
yeah, I see that. It sucks to say, but yeah,
I'm not saying we clean house.
No, dude, no.
But if we're in a position where the light at the end of the tunnel is getting
a little
dimmer and dimmer,
yeah,
what do you fucking do? I mean, look at other teams. I mean, they clean house. Sometimes they clean house. Sometimes they get rid of their best players.
You can get rid of Barzal, Bo Horvat.
If 3 years come down the line and these guys aren't fucking doing shit, yeah,
sure, I guess that.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time that, like I said, core is aging. The core is getting older every day, and they might not have much time left. You know what I mean? To be that next team that's going to hoist the cup for the fucking, for the Islanders. So we'll see. I'm not trying to be negative Nelly here. This is a positive day. It's a positive day, but I'm just thinking, shit hits the fan, things go wrong.
Yeah. No, dude.
We'll see.
See what happens, buddy. A lot of hockey left, man. All right, we'll be all right.
A lot of
hockey left. All right,
a lot
buddy?
of hockey left. But this team has definitely needed a coaching change, and we got it. So
we got
see
that.
What happens.
It's a late Christmas present, my man.
Fucking very late. Jesus, where the hell was Santa? I thought I was getting a lump of coal. Oh boy.
All right, you good?
All right, I'm good. We'll see after tonight. Maybe I won't be good. We'll see.
Hey,
we'll see.
We're all right. We'll be okay. Things are going to get better.
Things are getting better, Owls fans.
Yeah,
Things are getting better. And to the there was 3 people watching. Now there's 1 person watching. I don't know who you are, but thank you for sticking around for the full 50 minutes. If you did, I have no idea. But yeah, let's go Islanders, Belmont boys. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, later.